lovely peeps, welcome back to the channel. It has been a long time. I have not been able to do anything to the Mazda, mainly because there's not much left to do to it other than a respray and to forge the engine and then retune the thing. And I haven't got that type of money, and the channel's not that big, so we can't do it. So I've had to look for little things to do that I think you might be interested in, or people have asked about, and something's come up, which is basically the front tyres have lost their white on the letters, so we're going to re-white letter the front tyres. I had to think about what I was saying there, and how I do it basically. They've rubbed off quite quick on the fronts because they're new tyres, and I didn't do the process properly as I did on the back, and the back ones are still nearly all there after about, well, it must have been on at least a good 6 months by now. But they need redoing now as well, because they are slowly coming off. It doesn't last forever, but if you get 6 months, that's actually a good achievement. So I'm going to show you how I do it, which means we need to go and get some acetone as the first process of what to do and all that particular jazz. As for what's coming on the channel, I'm thinking about reviewing cars. Not sure it's going to be a popular thing, because every sod's doing it. If you think it's something I should do, pop it in the comments or on my Instagrams, and I'll see what we can come up with. I am actually going to be reviewing one of my neighbour's cars, who's just started up his own channel. Jack T. Hayes, his name is. I shall put a link in the description to his channel. He's actually going to review my car, and this vid might not go out until he's done it, or it might go out before. I'll discuss it with him, see what he wants to do. So either way, you're either watching this after the review or you're watching it before the review. If you've not seen Lee Lockwood's review of the car, or that Fazgirl review of the car, I mean, do you know what's funny though? My car gets more views on everybody else's channel than me own. How's that work? I don't know how that works. Anyway, so I am going to review a car, and it will be the fastest car I've ever reviewed thus far, i.e. because it's the first one. So stay tuned and you'll get to see it. In the meantime, let's go and get busy with this tyre white lettering process, and hopefully you like it. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button, and do the sharing, because without the sharing I can't get about. So you lot are my promoters, kicking it large. And yeah, I'm bored now. I'm sure you are bored of me waffling on. So let's go and get the acetone. Cool. Okay, so let's go and get some acetone. I get this stuff normally from my local paint place that do, car paints. You could use nail polish remover, but I tend to just want to get the real deal. So that's what we're going to do. The sun is out, so unfortunately I'm going to have to cover my eyes because the sun makes me squint like a bastard. It's winter sun, which is the worst. So let's go. Let's get this party started, man. So yeah, let's get busy. Oh God, I tell you what, it's cold though. 3 degrees! 3 degrees. Oh my god. So many humps on this road. Oh, I've also got an issue with the car, actually. I forgot to mention. We have a knocking noise, which I'm sure I mentioned in the other vids, actually, on my front left wheel. Now, at first I thought it was the CV joint, so I replaced the drive shaft with a new CV. Didn't cure it. We did replacements of the lower control arm. Didn't do it. I checked everything under there because there's not much else to check. And what did I have done? Recently I took the car to a very nice quick fit place in Lee, in Wigan, and to a friend of mine who works there, and we checked the alignment on the wheels, and because I'd done the lower control arms, I hadn't actually had the alignment done afterwards, and it turns out that the wheels were pointing inwards by 12 degrees apparently, which was not good. And I sort of wished that was the problem, but it wasn't, obviously. We put them straight, still got the knock, but the knocking sounds very familiar. It only happens when I go around the right hand bend, so I'm assuming the only thing left to check now, because the wheel bearing is fine, is the top mount of the shock absorber. Now, bearing in mind that I've already replaced the top mounts on this car, but when I had the clutch done by a particular garage, who I'm not going to mention because they did such a shit job, I don't want them getting any airtime, to be honest. But they wrecked a drive shaft seal, which meant I had a leaky drive shaft, pissing out oil everywhere. They put in the gearbox engine mount the wrong way round, so it was clicking and clanking everywhere. They've also smashed the shit out the end of the drive shaft on the driver's side, so it's like a mushroom on the end, because they couldn't get the wheel off the actual wheel bearing. Couldn't get the wheel off the shaft. So they've obviously manhandled the whole thing, and they've caused all sorts of issues, and it's cost me a lot of money to replace everything. And I'm fucking sure as shit that they've damaged the top mount on the shock absorber, and hence why I've got this horrible knocking noise when I turn right. So, you know, the garage was recommended, but it was unbeknown to them that I'd have amateurs working on it, which is what happened. And you know, I mean, I couldn't do the clutch myself. It was too big a job to do on my own, on my drive. So I had to get it done by professionals. Fuck's sake. Anyway, so that's what's left to do. So we'll be investigating that one, I think, in another vid. So I'll need to get the shock off to see if it is the top mount. I might even swap them round left to right and see if the sound follows. And if it does, then I definitely know it's that then. But I'll obviously inspect the top mount itself to make sure that it's a-okay. So yeah, some news you didn't know. So there is stuff we can do on the Mazda. Excellent. Okay, that's the acetone. We've got that. First ingredients. I don't know why we bother modding our cars nowadays. All we do is spend all our time stuck in traffic. That's it. There's no fun in that, is there? Do you know what I mean? Get a little first, second burst, if that. Okay, we're back home. Turned the beast off. Oh, do you know what? That was a tedious drive. Wasn't far, but good God, there was a lot of pricks on the road. As always, we must be wearing the proper Mazda PPE. Right, so first things first, take the wheel off. And then when we take the wheel off, we've got to clean it. And then clean the tyre. Yeah, so let's get the wheel off and clean the tyre. Okay, what we're after doing is we need to clean the whole rim. And then there's like a grease on the tyre, you can see it there, look. We need to get rid of all of that so the paint will stick. So let's get busy. Okay, as you can see, it's very well agitated. I'm bleeding like a good one. So let's rinse her off. Now we need to dry the bugger. So I'll get the old cleaning drying rag on this sucker. I won't put you through this, I'll just skip this bit. Right, now we need to dry the tyre. And I use this to dry it, because it just makes life easier. And then after we've dried it, we shall do the acetone. I'll come back when this is done. Okay. Right then. The tyre's all nice and dry. You can see there's oil on it. You can see, and we need to get all of that off. It's probably tyre shine and shit that's been put on. But we need to get it off. And let's get on with the acetoning. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to apply the acetone to this, because we don't want any of the acetone going on the rim at all. We literally just want to rub the surface we want to cover with the pen. Alright? You can go around the edges if you want, but just do not touch the rim with it, because it'll take the paint off. Alright, so slowly catch your monkey. Don't rush this process. Just get a little bit on your rag and just rub. See that? And basically you want to keep rubbing till that stops going black. So we'll keep rubbing and I'll come back to you. Okay, when it's nice and clean, you'll have this really nice, especially on the Michelins, really nice soft rubber look. Look at that. Clean as a whistle, but the actual finish on it's really good. Yeah, so we're all nice and clean, ready to start the painting process. Right, come on in. Let's go start colouring in. Okay, peeps, we've come indoors for this bit because it's too cold outside. Don't acetone in an enclosed room because the fumes are not good for you. So if you're going to acetone the tyres, please make sure you do it outside, otherwise you'll end up ill, or a coating off your lungs or something. Right, so what we're going to paint with. Now, I've tried many different tyre paint pens. All have been shite. They've not lasted very long at all. And I thought I'd give this a go because why not? So, you can get this from Tesco's, so it's readily available. You don't have to go on YouTube. You don't have to go on Amazon or anything like that. Just you can go to WH Smith's and get one. And this is for painting onto metal, believe it or not. But it lasts the longest on the tyres. I don't know why, but I'm not here to question it because it just works for me. So this is definitely the stuff that I would recommend to use, and it does last as long as you prep. Do the better, do a good prep, and then it will stay on. Like I said, I mean, I've got 6 months out the rears from this stuff. So, and the paint, the actual tyre paint pens, they weren't even lasting 2 weeks, a month and a half tops before they were just peeling off. So utter shite. Anyway, get looking for these. Tesco's or WH Smith's. I'm sure Asda do them as well, probably, but it's the pen to get. It's quite a chunky number. The nib on it is quite thick, so any detail work like this stuff, you're going to get some smudges, but you don't notice it once it's on the car and you're standing, a good foot away. You don't notice it. It's all good. So let's get painting. Make sure your pen's at room temperature as well. Yeah, because the paint will come out better. And also, get yourself what I'm calling a dab table. So just make yourself a little dab table. So you can start your pen off, right? See, loads of pen there, loads of paint. You've got to be careful here because you don't want to spill it everywhere. So once you've loaded it up, yeah, like that, and we can start the process. See, we're going to run because there's too much on it. Damn you. Damn you all to hell. Toilet roll. Dabby dabby. Sorted. Right, let's start again. Oh God. I think there's way too much on here. So we might have to do a block area instead. Oh, come on, focus, camera, focus. Focus, Danielson. And this is basically what we do. We just dibby dabby the whole thing. And just try and be as neat as you can, but sometimes it's difficult if the pen's got too much ink on like this one has at the minute. So I'm going to dab all the big areas until it starts to run out a bit. Right, be back in a minute. Okay, first coat is on and it always looks proper horrendous. So don't worry when you put the first coat on, it looks a bit shabby. It's just how it's supposed to look. We just carry on, wait for it to dry. Next layer, please. Okay, now we have the second coat on. As you can tell, it's already looking a lot better. So, on to the third and final coat. Okay, all done. 1 Michelin tyre, 4 more to do. Oh Jesus! I will not lie to you. It is a major tedious job doing it, and even I'm sat in my kitchen doing it. But even then, I'm getting a headache off the actual paint fumes off the pen. And this is just on the first tyre. Oh my God! So let's whack this on. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I won't show you the rest because it's going to bore you. But that's how you do it. 3 coats. It dries fairly quickly, this stuff. So by the time you've done one side, and then you do the other side, you can come back and do the second coat. By the time you've done that, you can go around and do that one, so on and so forth, till the 3 coats are done. Because by the time it takes you to do one, it's dry. Anyway, let's move on to putting a wheel back on, seeing how gorgeous it looks. And here it is, all done. Look at that. Mint. That looks mint. And here are the rears. Now you see, there's still a bit on, isn't there? A bit of scrubbage, but on a whole, they've lasted pretty well. So yes. Beastly. Right, let's get all the other 4 done. Are we going? How are you? Welcome back, peeps. Jack T. Hayes. Going to do a review on the car, and I'm going to do a review on his, if I can talk properly. So we're, you know, fingers crossed and get it done. Get it done. Get it done. It's a collab thing. I don't know if you can tell. We're not going out with each other or anything like that.
Oh, we are, but you shouldn't have said that.
Shit. It's out the bag.
It's out the bag.
Never mind. Anyway.